Hello lovelies, today we're talking how to look young over 40. This is a topic that's top of mind for me because I'm gonna be 46 in 2 weeks. So things are changing. We have a lot more agency than ever before to age exactly how we want to. And I am always a proponent of whatever makes you feel good in your own skin, even if that does not look the same way for you as it does for me. And so some of the things that we're gonna be talking about today is both mindset and also tactics that help me just present a younger energy. That is one thing that is often overlooked, is like, forget the fine lines and wrinkles, the gray hair, slightly expanding waistline, but how you present your energy has so much to do with how people perceive you and how old you look. Youth serum, if you will. The first way to look younger at any age, but certainly over 40, is to watch your resting face. A lot of times we're not aware of the facial expressions that we're making that are aging us. This is your muscle memory, much like it lives in your body, it lives in your face. So if you're constantly kind of like frowning, wrinkling your forehead, or just like letting just kind of, all these muscles will start to kind of just stay that way. Hey, I don't need to be frowning while I'm driving or opening up the fridge and thinking about what I'm eating. You can just train yourself to relax. I think meditation can really help you with this, just to be more aware of the expressions that you're making. Of all the anti-aging things, this is one of the things that has probably served me the most, just to help prevent some fine lines and wrinkles. Of course, I'm not limiting how much I laugh or smile. It's not about being crazy and not ever making an expression. And there's also some things that I haven't been able to control. Like, I have a lot of wrinkles around my lip, like drinking out of a straw, mostly because I have very sensitive teeth and I'm unable to drink a lot of beverages without a straw. So it's kind of like a give and take, but just being aware of it can really help turn back the clock on fine lines and wrinkles, or at the very least, not have you create more. The second thing that is so key in appearing younger than you are is how you move. You see somebody across the street, before you look at their face and you might be able to see how old they are, kind of tell how old somebody is because of how they move. When we age, some movements become a little bit more restricted. Like when you address an older person, they might just like swivel around like this. Calling a younger person, they go, yeah, what are you saying? Older person will turn their whole body because they've lost the ability to do this. And the things that can really assist in this is actively working on your posture. I have a whole video dedicated on strengthening the muscles in your back and your chest to help with the posture. I used to be a ballerina, so I'm very, very aware of that. And also still dancing today and teach a lot of dance fitness classes. However it is that you like to move, maintaining that so that you retain that energy going through your body and you move a little bit younger than you are. I think dancing in particular can be a great way to reverse the clock because it does a lot of things at once. Number one, helps you retain a lot of cognitive ability when you have to remember choreography and link your steps to the music. Research shows that dancing for an hour really help extend the cognitive abilities of your brain as much as like a crossword puzzle might. You know how they always tell us to do crossword puzzles. Number two, it has a lot of dynamic stretching within the movement, so you're more readily able to retain that flexibility that allows you to appear younger when someone sees you across the street or when somebody calls you and you go, what? Versus like, oh. The number three is listening to music. This makes your spirit feel younger. You can kind of foster by just turning on your favorite song, moving around your house. If you don't want to take like a dedicated like dance fitness class. One of these lines of movement is number three, is making sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes. This cannot be overstated enough. I have a whole video dedicated on how to walk in heels. Such a tragedy when you take so much care in looking great, feeling your best, you end up walking in a way that brings attention to yourself in not a good way because you look uncomfortable or you just can't walk in them, which is why I'm so excited to share this portion of today's video that is sponsored by Cosy Island, which I'm so happy to have discovered because I'm a heels lover, but I'm also a comfort lover. Cosy Island specializes in beautiful heels that feel like sneakers, like a hug for your feet. I really have loved wearing their shoes. I recently took them on a trip to London. I walked so much in these shoes. They were amazing. They're so elegant and kind of featuring a lot of classic styles with very wearable trends for summer 2025. They have a huge array of shoes, whether that is sandals, platforms, slingback heels, boots. There's something for everyone in every style. And I also love their sustainability mission. They use recycled plastic bags to make their shoes, which is amazing. It's really important that we support brands like these that are going out of their way to make shoes in a way that is sustainable, but that you also want to wear. And I'm really excited to be able to offer a 10% off discount code. It's YT10 Ziba for 10% off site-wide, but I have 3 pairs of shoes that I really want to share with you. The first one is the elegant raffia platform that I wore all over London, and my feet were so happy. They went with everything. I'm kind of having like a raffia obsession moment where I cannot incorporate enough of it in my wardrobe, whether that is like my bag or hat, shoes, and it's just so summery and elegant. It's a great way to add texture, and these are platforms, so they make me a lot taller. I just felt like I could glide in them and just move around very effortlessly and kind of slinky, because again, you don't want to be hobbling around and drawing attention to yourself and just looking like you should not be in heels. Like, that is the worst look of all. First came across them on Instagram, and if you're not following me there, make sure to check it out. I share daily tips, tricks, as well as outfits and sales, and that's where I first came across them and was really impressed with the elegant slingback design. Instantly smitten because of the bow detail and the slingback design that is so persistent over the last couple of years and shows no signs of slowing down. Pointy toe is very elongating, and this stabilizing heel just adds a lot of comfort. There's arch support as well. It's cushioned, also a breathable fabric that is great for summer as well. My other favorite feature is that they have a textured rubber sole, which is actually kind of a secret hack for making sure that you can walk in heels. Is when you have a texture like this, then you kind of get that kind of sneaker feel and confidence within your walk. If you have something slick like Louboutins or any like designer shoes, just tend to be so slick and you're like slipping and sliding all over the place like Bambi. Horrible look. This heel design is deliberate to provide stability. The other pair is so beautiful. The gray slide pointy heel mules and have that stabilizing heel, the cushion, the rubber sole. 4 versions available that you can choose depending on the kind of foot structure that you have, which is really key because everybody's foot is really different. I have a very narrow heel, but I kind of have a wider bunion. Really struggle with that because of my dancing years. I have some bunions to show for it, but this just really helps accommodate comfort for my foot. It's also free shipping. I hope that you take advantage of my code because I think that these shoes are gonna make you so comfortable and they're gonna help make you feel beautiful and a lot younger as well. The 4th way to look younger over 40 is to not be too thin. Because if you're active like me and also trying to eat right, it sometimes can be difficult to maintain a certain weight. Your body looks fine, but your face kind of looks hollow or it like needs more volume. And I'll never forget this quote that I think it was JLo that said, after a certain age, she said, you have to choose between your ass and your face. I think I was like in my early 30s at the time, and I'm like, that's weird. And now I'm like, okay, I get it, because the minute I gain like anywhere between like 4 to 7 pounds, my face gets like a lot fuller and I feel a lot more youthful. My fine lines and wrinkles kind of diminish a little bit. But then of course I have a harder time fitting into my clothes and I don't feel as comfortable. And then my knees hurt because I'm carrying around more weight. It's definitely a fine line. There's no reason to be real thin. This is a great time to just relax and maybe have like an extra piece of toast, for example. But we all know that's not as easy as that. It's all about eating the right foods, and this is why diet is so important. And I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian or anything to do with that, but I have been a fitness professional for over 15 years. I know quite a bit about that world. There's some common denominators when it comes to looking younger, and one of them unfortunately is not drinking alcohol, which I really love wine. It's really the only alcohol that I like. I don't like beer, but it takes a toll. It starts to dehydrate you. You can't ignore all the things that kind of correlate with drinking every single day. So having too much caffeine, of course, that messes with your cortisol levels. And the minute your cortisol levels are out of control, then that means usually weight gain, irritability, and the inability to control your sugar cravings. That is when the real problem starts, is when you are having a lot of processed sugar and foods and things like that. No, this is not breaking news. I just want to be transparent that I do have to work on my own diet as well. Above and beyond what you're actually eating, I think a lot of it has to do with how you eat it. If you sit down and feel guilty, it automatically feels different in your body. Your mind is so strong, and if your mind believes like, oh my God, I overate, you have that feeling, then your body's gonna digest your food as if it were poison. Guess what that does? It raises your cortisol levels, stressing you out. Cortisol is that hormone that messes with everything else, that kind of tells your brain she wants more sugar, and by the way, retain the fat. So then you're not digesting food as optimally as if you just were to be grateful and not beat yourself up about having a great meal. Eating with people that you love, loving the food that you're eating. As a fitness professional, I saw a lot of people eating a lot of meals that they didn't like just because they thought that that's what they should be having. And that's terrible, because you're never gonna feel satiated. If you don't feel satiated, then you're always gonna be looking for that bowl of cereal after dinner, or that little truffle or granola bar, like 3 of them. Don't beat yourself up, enjoy it, and the rest will take care of itself. Number 6 is not wearing too much makeup. And this is really hard for me because I love makeup. I love a smoky eye. I love a red lip. For as long as I can remember, my go-to look was smoky eye, fake eyelashes, lots of black and that kind of thing, nude lip, and a ton of blush. Does not look good on me anymore. And I just look heavy. It makes my whole face kind of droop. Now, less is more. Blending is really key. I just talked to my good friend Sophia from Sophia Sees Beauty on my podcast about summer beauty trends. And one of the things that she said was it's so important to blend makeup. And that's something I struggle with. You can tell right now. I can tell right now. Like, I'm kind of a lazy makeup application person, but that is so key in helping kind of like that airbrush look. It also helps you look younger because it doesn't kind of sit in your creases if you kind of are able to blend it in. Along the same lines as that is number 7 is minding your hair. And this is a very relevant topic. I have had a lot of comments about my hair throughout the years on this channel. It's too long, it's damaged, it's the wrong color. I've heard it all. And I'm very aware, my hair grows really fast. It's hard for me to keep up with my haircuts. I feel like there's a predestined length that your hair wants to be genetically. And for me, that is longer hair. It doesn't matter if it's gray hair. I've seen some amazing women that have beautiful, luscious gray hair. It's not even about the color. I think a lot of it is just about the health of it. A couple months ago, I cut my hair maybe like 7 inches, and as much as I love my really long hair, it does make me look younger to have slightly shorter hair because it looks fuller, right? I will still go back to long hair even if it doesn't look as good or as young, just because I like it. So that's just a choice that I make. And if you're that person that has long hair and you're your 70s and you love that, like, more power to you. And there's some things that have helped. Don't style it a lot. So a lot of days I just let it air dry. I try to condition it or put like some overnight serum from Kerastase. But I think at the end of the day, I'm just happy to have hair. When I hear back comments about my hair, I'm like, you know what? At least I have some, right now. And so I can't be unhappy even if it's damaged or the wrong color or too long for people. Like, at a certain point, you just have to be happy with what you have. Number 8 is skincare. Some people say, oh, it's just marketing. I completely disagree. I have never had Botox or fillers. I do lasers because it really helps rejuvenate my skin and the collagen. It also helps with fine lines and wrinkles, the size of my pores. This is the time when you want to do eye creams. I swear by a few products that I want to share with you. Number 1 is the Arcana eye cream that has transformed my eyes. Like, I do have a ton of lines around my eyes. I'm 46, and this has really helped soften them, as well as like help prevent a lot of puffiness around my eyes. I love it. Don't need a ton. I've had my 1 container for like 6 months. It's incredible. Also, a vitamin C for an antioxidant is really helpful. A form of retin. I love the one by Arcana as well. That is like a really nice yellow color, and I feel like that yellow color is key when finding a retinol. It's just to make sure it's rich with all the stuff that it's supposed to have. Always a sunscreen, of course. Those are my non-negotiables. I have thought about doing Botox, and I'll tell you why I've waited this long. Have a hard time with balance, and I feel like once I start, I might not know like where to stop. I think one thing that helps you look younger is ironically minimizing how many anti-aging procedures you get done. Pick a couple, but don't do them all at once, because I think that at the end of the day, it does like age you to like do it all. You know, just look at a lot of the celebrities that we know and love. It's like after a while they become kind of like parodies of themselves. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. If you agree or disagree, happy to chat in the comments. Make sure to check out this video about lies that we're told as women over 40. I'll see you there. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.